Hello, my dear friend. I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it, press the bell icon, hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, we have already covered up to Article 30. Now I am going to start from the Article 31 to 35th. In this video, I am covering the five fundamental rights, and even like please pay attention to the all fundamental rights because it plays a very significant role for your examination. It's not about the examination. If you are a citizen of India, then you should have awareness about the fundamental rights of Indian citizen or foreigner citizen. Let's jump to the Article 31st. What is Article 31st? Actually, the Article 31st was the 44th Constitution Amendment 1978 deleted the Article 31st. That was the about the like legal rights, the person having the property right to property, and that deleted in the 1978 itself. And then our constitution, our legislation came up with the Article 31st A, B and C. Friends, I will cover Article 31st A, B, C in the directive principle of state policy. Then only you will able to understand in the great manner. So like I am leaving the Article 31st A, B and C. Now let's jump to the Article 32 directly, because if I will tell you here, then it would be very difficult to understand. It's already like in the some glitches of this article I have already reiterated in the previous video, but now I am going to jump only Article 32. What is Article 32? The constitutional remedies. Constitutional remedies means if there is a violation of the fundamental rights, you can directly approach to the our Supreme Court or High Court. That comes under the right to constitutional remedies. Like remedies for the enforcement of the rights conferred by this part means part 3 of the our fundamental rights. And 32nd clause first is saying that right to move Supreme Court by appropriate proceedings for the enforcement of the rights conferred by this part is guaranteed. Means whatever rights is provided by the our constitution to the citizen of India, if there is a violation of the fundamental rights, then aggrieved person can reach up to the Supreme Court directly without going to session court and local court. Then he can directly move towards the Supreme Court or High Court. Even under Article 32 talks about the Supreme Court only, because Article 2 to 6 talk about the High Court. If there is a violation of the fundamental rights of yourself, then you can approach to the High Court also. But in the Article 32 we will discuss about the Supreme Court only. And our constitution framer, that Bhimrao Ambedkar also told to the people, yes, Article 32 is the fundamental of the all fundamental rights. Yes, fundamental rights is provided by our constitution, but if you are not having Article 32, then what is the meaning to have other fundamental rights? If I will talk about the Article 17, 19, 21, that if you are having no remedial action for your, if there is a violation of the fundamental right, then what is the meaning to have other fundamental rights having? That's why that Article 32 is called the fundamental of the all fundamental rights. This is the basic idea behind calling it the fundamental of the all fundamental rights. And what are the writs? If there is a violation of the fundamental right, you can approach to the Supreme Court directly. Then what are the writs? Supreme Court confers or provides order writs. What type of writs are there? That is the habeas corpus. Habeas corpus means having body, means each and every person have right to life, means having habeas corpus. If I will talk about the executive or police authority is confiscated or apprehended any person from the any area, then he should be aware that for what charges the police is confiscated or taking that person to the jail or behind bars. And it doesn't mean that the person should inform. If a person, if you are police is confiscated any person or taking any person to the jail, then his or her subordinate should be intimated so that they can arrange legal service for him or her, and that is the habeas corpus. You might have seen in the news several times that so many people are confiscated due to some reasons, but habeas corpus is not a like a compulsory or not absolute. There can be some reasonable restriction also on the basis of the public law and order. Even I have told you already in the previous lectures in the article 23rd 22, because if a person is like have not done any mistakes, but if a police or executive authority is prosecuted or taking to the person to the jail, that is the violation of the habeas corpus. And habeas corpus like doesn't include the concept of the locus standi. Locus standi means that the person is belonging to that case or not. That is called locus. Locus is the center point, and standi means you are having no stake to the like you are having no stakes to the any like case. Like if a violation of the fundamental rights of myself, and if I am not filing petition, then another one is filing petition on behalf of me, that is called the no locus standi. But locus standi means if a aggrieved person can file only case against this any person, that is called the locus standi. That case file should be the with the aggrieved person only, that is the locus standi. And here in the habeas corpus this cannot apply locus standi. How? Habeas corpus means if you are confiscated any person, then if I would be behind bar, then how can it possible I would file a PIL in the Supreme Court on the behalf of myself, my family members, or my another like a relative, they or my classmate, maybe my close one, then he can file petition on behalf of me. That is the called locus standi. That no concept of the locus standi in the habeas corpus writs. And if I will take example of the habeas corpus. Earlier time that habeas corpus petition was against the state only. State means like our judiciary or law and whatever government, that we are calling it the in the form of the states. But our judiciary interpreted the habeas corpus writs, and now it's like a Supreme Court has expanded the reach to the all like private individual also. Like if I will take example of a girl, he want to like she want to love her boyfriend, or she want to elope with him, but that girl father is not agreed with that concept. And that's why like girl father, what does he like confiscated that girl into a room, and he keeping her into the room itself, and like he is not allowing her daughter to roam around here and there and to meet that boyfriend or to elope with that boyfriend. In that case, that aggrieved like a lover of that girl filed a petition in the Supreme Court, and now that habeas corpus scope expanded. Now habeas corpus petition can be filed against the private individual also, and that in that case the court can ask that how like you are confiscated your girl inside the room, or like she is living in the inside the room by his own like by her own will. That Supreme Court can ask, and that is applicable in the habeas corpus. Let's jump to the mandamus. What is mandamus? Mandamus means like mandamus what is the V command? V command means like if there is a violation, and like before jump to the mandamus, I have left one important point for the habeas corpus. Even 1975, that when the emergency came into India at the time of the Indira Gandhi, that point of time like there was a famous case in the 1976 ADM Jambalpur versus of Union of India. That is an infamous case, not famous. I am talking about the infamous. Why infamous? because in that case our Supreme Court declared that at the point time of the emergency we can suspend the habeas corpus writ also. Means at the time of the emergency nobody would have the right to like ask how the police or how the authority has confiscated the normal people of the citizen, normal citizen of India. That was the like a gruesome or infamous case in our judiciary system. And like that case was the declared by the 4:1 ratio. Means four judges were the in favor of the like there should be suspension of the habeas corpus during emergency, but one like famous lawyer or the famous judge was that his name was Chandrachud, Dhananjay Chandrachud. Dhananjay Chandrachud, justice that Dhananjay, that was the Justice Khanna. Justice Khanna like declared that yes, it is a violation of the personal life and liberty, and even like our fundamental rights came into existence after the 1940 itself. But having the right to life and body is the like concept from the since like we have take birth. Means we are following the norms of the right to life and liberty before the constitution, and that cannot be suspended during the emergency. That was the Justice Khanna pronounced or judgment in the that case. But unluckily that was not accepted by the judiciary, because there was a four judges were against this decision, and he was the only one who are like proponent of such type of psychology or thinking interpretation of the judiciary. That's why like sometimes it even like in 2017 case our Supreme Court same told that yes, that was a very infamous case, and that was the in violation of the human rights of the people. Yes, during emergency we cannot suspend the habeas corpus. And can you imagine that at that point of time that one of the like judge whose surname was Chandrachud, and the same like his son now in the 2017 itself, that Dhananjay Chandrachud, he annulled the like previous verdict of the 1976 ADM Jabalpur. At that point of time that Dhananjay Chandrachud father was that who pronounced that yes, we can abrogate the habeas corpus petition during the emergency. But in the 2017 case Dhananjay Chandrachud like favored that habeas corpus should be there in the during emergency, and that father verdict changed by the son in the 2017 itself. Now jump to the mandamus. What is mandamus? Mandamus means we command. Means judiciary is the supreme and judiciary would command. How, what type of case would be there then in which judiciary would command? Like if an individual who is individual, like if a public servant or state government or central government employee or public servant is there, then he is government employee. If he is not performing his duty, then there is a violation of the human rights or fundamental rights. Then we can like our judiciary can prescribe the writs of the mandamus. Like if I will talk about the municipal corporation, that if municipal corporation is not providing you healthy environment, or they are not performing their duty, they are not clearing the garbage over there, then what would be the procedure? Then you can file mandamus in the Supreme Court. Yes, it is the our fundamental right to have a clean environment for ourselves, that comes under the Article 21st. Yes, that's why you can go up to the Supreme Court. Yes, people are not performing their duty, that public servant is not performing their duty, please like tell him to do so. That comes under the writs mandamus. And sometimes it can be happen that if a public servant is following fundamental like his duty, then there would be a violation of the fundamental rights. I want to reiterate one famous case, that was the Shankaracharya case. Which Shankaracharya? That there was a like Mahant in the Kanchipuram temple, Shankaracharya, and once he was like confiscated by the authority, police authority. Charge against him was murder, and that point of time like his all the accounts were seized by the police authority. Yes, that is allowed under the CRPC code. If a government is finding, there are two conditions for that. If a government is finding any suspension of the that person, yes, the person is money having in the suspension in the suspension form, nobody is authority of that money, then under CRPC the police can confiscate all the money. And the second point is that if money is stolen, then definitely the under CRPC code the police can confiscate all the money. But here was that case was not there. Yes, the Shankaracharya allegedly by the authority that yes, a person one person accused him in the case of the murder, but that was not proved, and that murder was not directly linked to the sorry for that, and the murder was not directly linked to the money. That's why that Shankaracharya himself filed in the petition in the Supreme Court. How can it possible I will manage all the religion affairs? Because it comes under Article 26 that you have right to propagate, profess and maintain your regulate your religious institution. But without money a religious institution cannot be run. That's why Shankaracharya himself filed the petition in the Supreme Court. Yes, I have not stolen money, and the money is not in the suspension also, that please release my all banking accounts and I should utilize. Sorry. And that was the case, and that point of time, yes, that was the in violation of the fundamental rights of the Shankaracharya, and our government reached all the accounts of that person, and that religious institution was into the flow at that point of time due to this mandamus rates. And if I will talk about the locus standi concept is applicable to the mandamus, and this can be issued in the against of the public servant only. This the things we have to keep in mind. You can encounter such type of questions in the preliminary examination, that yes, mandamus can issue in against of the only public servant. Habeas corpus it can be issued against the private individual also. And locus standi concept is not applicable in habeas corpus, but mandamus comes under the purview of the locus standi concept. Now let's jump to the prohibition. What is the prohibition? Prohibition means to prohibit. Judiciary bodies or means a judiciary body would stop the bit in between. In between means if you are let's suppose if you are an IAS officer and you have accused by any person or any authority, yes, you have done any mistake, and now your case is filing in the CAT, Central Administrative Tribunal, or any maybe tribunal, but for IAS officer we are having the CAT, Central Administrative Tribunal, and your case is going on that administrative tribunal, and you are finding that yes, CAT is a combination of the judiciary and some legislation people also, means there would be that is quasi judicial body. Quasi judicial means half judicial person would be there, half any authority or the legalization form would be there. Then yes, quasi judicial body is giving verdict without hearing you, means the decision is taken by the authority ex parte without hearing the another party or the aggrieved party or the accused party. In that case, the judiciary can release or can issue a writs against that quasi judicial body or the tribunal or the legal body, means they can confiscate, they can take the case from the authority, and now they can refer the case to the any high court or Supreme Court. In that case, if you are the guilty or you are accused of any case and that CAT is not listening you, then you can reach up to the Supreme Court. Yes, I am not satisfied with that case, and please take this case into your hand. In that case, prohibition writs can be issued by the Supreme Court. This is the provision. And what are the clause? Like here in this, like locus standi concept is applicable. Prohibition in locus standi concept is applicable. And what is about the, like, in what circumstances this can be issued? If your case is still pending, means your case is still pending in front of the CAT and no verdict has come, then this, like, can be issued, prohibition writs can be issued. We should keep this thing in mind, that if case is verdict is not, has not come, then prohibition can be issued. But certiorari, yes, let's suppose your verdict has come. In that case, like IAS case, the verdict has come that CAT already have decided that yes, you are the guilty and you are aggrieved person, then you can go up to the Supreme Court, and Supreme can court on the certiorari. Certiorari means certified. They can put stay on the verdict, what have they, like CAT had decided, and they can stay, or that comes under the certiorari. This is the difference between the prohibition and certiorari. And now let's jump to the Quo Warranto. What is Quo Warranto? Quo Warranto means what's your authority, means on what authority you have done this thing. Like if I will take example of the Bihar Public Service Commission, there were so many, like engineers were appointed and they were not having their engineering degree. In that case, our Supreme Court can ask, what is your authority, on what authority you have, like, appointed by the any commission and all things. In that case, Quo Warranto writ period, like writ can be issued by the Supreme Court. And like not having degree paper, and this can be issued against the only public servant also, that is called Quo Warranto. What is your authority, on which authority you have possessed this such type of position in the government department, then they can ask, and Supreme Court can ask on the Quo Warranto. I think now I am able to convey my all the information towards, like, about the Article 32. Now let's jump to the article. And like before jump to the Article 32, I want to mention one important thing. Yes, what is the difference? You might encounter such type of question in the preliminary and mains. What is the difference between the Supreme Court jurisdiction and High Court jurisdiction regarding Article 32, or regarding like issuing writs? That Supreme Court provision is narrow. We have to keep this thing in mind, that Supreme Court provision comes under the Article 32, and that is the narrow interpretation, means narrow jurisdiction. How? Like a Supreme Court can issue writs during the only fundamental right violation, but High Court can issue writs during the legal rights also. Means if there is a violation of the legal rights, then you can reach up to the High Court, and that High Court can give verdict in the legal rights also against the, if there is a violation of the legal rights, then High Court can issue writs in that case also. That comes under the Article 2 to 6, and Supreme Court come under Article 32. And only like a Supreme Court cannot refuse that I am not the sole responsibility for your like fundamental rights protection, but High Court can say that yes, I am not the one right now, I am totally busy. Then you can go up to the Supreme Court for your violation of the, or protection of the fundamental rights. This can be happen. Means that's why that High Court is having a wider jurisdiction regarding the fundamental rights. These are the main difference between. Now let's jump to the Article 32. What is Article 32? Article 32 is power of Parliament to amend law. That Parliament may by law determine to what extent any of the rights conferred by the Part 3 shall in their application. That how can it possible that Parliament have law, right or law, power to change the, amend the law, which comes under the Part 3 of the our Constitution. Means our Parliament can change nature of the law for the special type of people in the country, that for the member of the armed forces. Yes, you might have seen in the news that one famous case about the BSF Jawan, that is Yadav, and like he circulated a video on the internet regarding that how what type of food quality they are providing that to the defense personnel and so. But you know that it comes under article 419, but this is the provision article 3 that provides the authority to the legislation. Yes, we can narrow the like reach of the our fundamental rights for this special type of person. Like if you are a member of the armed forces, then article 19 and 21 is not allowed for the member of the armed forces. And if you are a member of the like public, if a member of the force is charged with the maintenance of the public order, like if you are having your authority and you are posting in the any department that is maintaining law and order, then your law fundamental rights can be curtailed by the or parliament. This is the authority. And even like you are a member of the any counterintelligence and intelligence authority, that can be, or you are a member of the telecommunication department or CBI, then your like fundamental rights can be abrogated by that comes under the article 33, and parliament can amend the fundamental rights for such type of person. Now let's jump to the article 34. What is article 34? Even like if I want to tell you one example of the article 33, once there was a case in the Air Force that one Mohammedan or Muslim guy was having beard, and like having a beard is the not essential religious practice of the Muslim community, but it is the essential practice of the Sikh community that comes under article 26. That on that point of time that Muslim was rusticated from the Air Force, and that point of time that rule was not the essential religious practice of the Mohammedan community. Now let's jump to the article 34. What is the article 34? Article 34 talk about the martial law. Means notwithstanding any of the foregoing, restriction of the martial law in Air Force in any area. What is martial law? Because what is martial law? This terms is not defined in our constitution. Martial law may be like you might have seen in the Pakistan that Ayub Khan, the army major general, confiscated the authority in their legislation or in their political system. Even you can take example of the Pervez Musharraf, he took over the Nawaz Sharif position in the political system. Yes, so many instances happened in the Pakistan that police army military authority are taking the command of that all political system. That can be a martial law, but we have not defined in our constitution. Until now, the such type of situation is not happen in India. Our martial law definition is different. Martial law can be imposed on the will of the political leaders. Yes, political leader is the political willing should be there, then only martial law can be imposed. But you can ask me a question. Sometimes we have seen so many armed forces and military services are they are using for the maintaining law and order any state. Sometimes if uproar is happening in any area, you can take example of the our people were protesting for the farms laws, and some military forces were taken from the so many places for controlling of that type of thing, CRP Jawans were taken from that area. But that is not a form of the law. That is the for maintaining law and order in the society. Martial law is different, that there would be different type of law and rule and regulation, and the military would take over all the things. But this term is not totally explained in our constitution. Let's jump to the article 35th. What article 35th? Legislation to give effect provision of this part means our if a fundamental rights is coming into existence, then what is the provision to make law for that? That law is provided, or that power is provided to the parliament itself. If I will take example of the RT, Right to Education 2009, that came into existence 2010. Means our parliament is having only authority to implement all the rule and regulation whatever provided in the fundamental rights. Means parliament can come up with the legislation that's right to education is a such type of example that came into existence 2009 itself. State government does not have any such type of right to implement all the fundamental rights, or they can pass any legislation for the implementation of the fundamental rights. That is totally Article 35th. That is all for today, because already I have covered up to Article 35th. Tomorrow onwards I will cover from the DPSP, and in the DPSP I will discuss about the Article 31st A, B and C. Please keep this thing in mind, and thanks for watching, and please share my video among your friends so that they can get benefited. Thanks. Bye.